stuff. No, for the quorum, not for actions.
Yeah. All right. Shall we? All right, I think we'll get started. We've got a difficulty here. Apparently we're not going to be able to record the meeting, but maybe we'll be able to talk Mr. Hamm in if you're recording tonight to make your recording available to the town. So let's begin. We're called to order. This is the meeting of the Joint Plan Commission and the Town Board of the Town of Waukesha, Thursday, February 13th, 2020. And we are beginning at 6:34 p.m. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please, starting with the Plan Commission and then following with the Town Board.
Commissioner Sisney? Here. Commissioner White?
Here.
Chairman Fisher?
Here.
Supervisor German?
Here.
Supervisor Durr?
Here.
Supervisor Stigler?
Here.
Supervisor Wright?
Here.
Okay, thank you. Item 4, open meeting law and compliance check. The agenda was posted and distributed to all news media requesting notification in accordance with the open meeting laws on and posted on or before Friday, February 7th, 2020. Kathy, is that a correct and accurate statement?
Correct.
Okay. Item 5, minutes. You should have in your packet or have been able to look electronically minutes of the meeting of December 12th, 2019. That was a Joint Plan Commission and Town Board meeting. A lot of material are comprised of 21 pages. Is there action to be taken on those minutes? Approval, corrections, whatever.
We'll move to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I second the motion.
Okay, a motion by Supervisor Stigler, seconded by Commissioner Sisney. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously. Item 6, and we're going forward. What's that? Was that, all right, well, I guess, let's back up for a minute. That was Plan Commission. Plan Commission approved that unanimously. Let's then have a similar motion of the Town Board, if you could, please.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of December 12th, 2019.
And a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, Supervisor Radke and Supervisor German on the motion and second. And all members of the Town Board in favor of approving those minutes, get by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you. Item 6, and we're going to incorporate this kind of as a regular item on the agenda. It's entitled Communication to Town Residents. I read 6A as it is printed on the agenda. Reads as follows. During the meeting on January 9th, the Town Board affirmed its intention to continue to employ Kathy Nicholas as the Town Administrator, serving at the pleasure of the Town Board for $600 per month, parens, no change, close parens, and Kathy declined the quote offer, unquote, at the board meeting and affirmed her decision in writing on January 14th. Do you have anything to add to that or not? Okay, so if there's nothing further on that, we'll go to item 7.
Mr. Chairman, I think it should be specified that that was an offer to continue as an at-will employee.
That's what it says, serving at the pleasure of the board as an at-will employee.
Thank
Same
you.
thing. Okay, comfortable with that?
I am.
Okay, thanks. Anything further on that item? Then we'll go to item 7, citizens' comments. Anyone who would like to address the Plan Commission and the board, please approach the microphone, give us your name and address, and proceed to tell us what you'd like us to hear.
Is this about
Come on forward.
stuff coming up or what?
Well, you can, at this point in time, you can talk, other than, let me back up for a minute. We basically have a joint public hearing and we have a continuation of a joint public hearing that was started in December. Those are I think item numbers 8 and 12 on the agenda. I believe if you want to speak to either one of those items, you would do it at that time. If not, I don't believe there will be other opportunities for you to speak. If you want to speak on some other item, please come forward now.
On another item?
Other item on the agenda, or
Okay.
even if you would like to address something which is not on the agenda, you can have the opportunity to do that. So just get, is that mic, do you know if that microphone is on? And
Hello?
I think it is.
Is it on?
It is indeed. Name and address, please. We can hear you loud and clear.
Theodore Peckel, South 62, West 24240, Town Line Road. I'm here about the self-storage units that are going to go up on Highway 164. And I'm in favor of...
Yeah, let's just back up for a real quick minute. That is one of the public hearing items. So if you wouldn't mind, don't mean to interrupt you, but grab a seat and we'll be into that shortly. You can speak at that time. Okay, tell us again which one it is. They are indeed, which,
The one by Town Line Road.
yeah, that's gonna be on the public hearing. That's coming up momentarily, so if you would just grab a seat for a second and we'll be right back to you, okay? Sorry, thank you. Okay, any other citizen comments? Okay, if there are none, we'll move on to item 8, which is a joint public hearing with Waukesha County. I am going to step down from the word table here. I believe that will be for items 8, 9, 10, and 11, if indeed we get that far tonight. So the procedure, which is outlined in our ordinance typically, and it speaks, I think, to the issue of a town board meeting. I think we could apply the same thing to a plan commission or town board meeting. What is supposed to be done, I step down as the person who is the longest serving member is supposed to simply convene a vote to pick a temporary chairman for that part of the meeting. This might get a little complicated and involved, but I will leave that to all of you to figure out. You need to identify a temporary chairman to take you through that part of the meeting. So I'm going to step away at 6:42. Go ahead.
When we had this problem with the sign, we didn't open that. If we're gonna have to put 3 people, then we won't be able to take any action and we won't be able to vote at the,
All right.
we'd have to redo the public hearing.
Okay, point well taken, because we
I was
haven't,
leading over to you.
I'm
and I
sorry, all
realized
right.
there were 4
We have an
people.
absence, and let's work through that part of it. We do need to have 4 members of the plan commission be present in order to take action on this item tonight. I mean, I will indicate to you that Mr. Derek, who's in the audience, who's the father of the petitioner, that he and I have done work in the past. I guess I will leave it up to, on a professional relationship, I will leave it up to, I guess, the rest of the board here, whether you're comfortable with me continuing knowing that. So we could move ahead and act on this tonight, or if you're uncomfortable with that, then that leaves us with the 3 plan commission members present. So
Well, first, we did not know that there were certain members not coming, correct, Kathy?
I only knew that Scott wasn't coming. I didn't know Kathy wasn't coming, so we would have had enough. And I didn't know Chairman was gonna step down.
No, of course not. That's,
What?
you know, but that would have still been, are we still short one member? Because we've got 4.
Right.
5.
We have 6, and there are 2 missing.
Yes, okay.
So if I were to step away, we're down to 3.
And I don't think the board can decide, I think you have to decide, because you're the only one who know the specifics, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but you know the details, so the board couldn't begin to make that decision, and I don't, you know, so you have to make that personal decision as to whether or not, I guess I'm somewhat not concerned, that's way too strong a word, I mean, observing the fact that you felt more comfortable stepping down, and to merely stay now, you know, Mike, you know the facts, so
I understand, yep.
you know, I don't want to put us in.
I agree, so I don't think I have any choice other than that to step away from it now. I well, I guess let's ask it this way, and you can advise us on that. Could the joint public hearing proceed and simply no action be taken? Is there anything to prevent the public hearing from continuing?
Well, the problem with that, and I will respond very quickly, and that is just, we still need 4 people to vote ultimately.
Agreed.
And so it will be difficult for them to participate if they hadn't sat through it. Now, there are exceptions if they read it or they watch it. Now, we're not taping, so that causes another problem. I understand.
We are
But-
taping.
All right,
We are taping
taping.
now. I'm always uncomfortable because there's the potentiality, but I suppose if one of the other members watches it and feels comfortable, we wouldn't do anything but hold a portion of the public hearing and then adjourn the public hearing. So we could, but since we're going to adjourn anyway, because they have to watch it and they have to participate to some extent, I wouldn't, let me put it this way, I wouldn't allow a person to watch the tape and then vote without the hearing being adjourned, so they would have their opportunity to ask questions. That's not fair to the person who's not here. They might qualify to vote, and I don't know what the county does on this, by watching the tape and reading the minutes and be able to participate. But since they weren't able to ask questions, we'd have to adjourn for them to get that opportunity after they.
Okay, so it seems like the options before all of you is to do nothing tonight, to proceed with the public hearing, adjourn the public hearing, be able to rely upon the recording that Mr. Hamm is doing, if you're comfortable with that, and allow. We're taping now? Okay. We're back in taping. Allow them, and we've done that in the past, allow them to review the proceedings, not close the public hearing, allow them to participate, and then resume with us in another month. So I guess I'll leave that all up to you, what you would like to do.
Well, why don't we start by having you step down, so there's no question about that.
All right.
And then we're gonna do chairman, and then maybe we'll see what the county has to say. But I don't wanna miss the first step, and that was what you had offered to do, and I think we best follow that lead. Then, Madam Clerk, would you call for a motion for someone to chair the meeting in the interim? Would someone like to make a motion to appoint a interim chairman?
I believe the chair is the longest serving member, which I think would be Mr. Stabler. And then it's his duty to take a nomination for a chair and hold a vote.
Okay.
That's how I recall the process in the past for
Okay.
the town board.
Fine.
You are the longest serving member of the
On the
planning
plan
commission.
commission, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That was my question, is it the plan commission longest serving or the board? It is the plan commission, okay, that's fine. Okay, I will take nominations for a chair to chair this meeting. Does somebody have any ideas from the plan commission? I'm just temporary acting here now to nominate one of us. And
I'll nominate Bob Stigler.
is there a second to that?
I'll second the nomination.
Bob Stigler, myself, has been nominated to chair this part of the meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Moving on, I will read.
Well, at this point, we have to decide if we're gonna conduct a public hearing. Does the county have a position? How have you done it in other communities when we don't have the quorum?
I have never run into this quite this scenario, but if you're adjourning the meeting anyway, it seems safe to just adjourn the meeting before you start.
So you first have to open the meeting to adjourn. To open the vote.
You're saying we have to open the public hearing and then a motion to adjourn it at that point? Okay. All right. The joint public hearing is now open.
Then the recommendation of the county, and I would second that recommendation, that we make a motion to adjourn the public hearing because of the failure to have 4 members to participate until we need a date and time certain, Madam Clerk, for our next meeting.
It is, sorry,
March 12th
March 12th.
at 6:30.
At 6:30.
I will make that motion. Is there a second to that?
I second the motion. Excuse me. I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the joint public hearing, Waukesha County. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Okay, we apologize to those who came. We were not aware that we were not going to have the requisite number to hold the hearing tonight. So we've set it over. And I know it's an inconvenience, especially in this cold and snow. And so on behalf of the town, I do apologize. But I think the county's made the right recommendation. We shouldn't go through it twice. We'll just ask them to go through it.
All right, thank you. Regrets the petitioner. See you back next month. Thank you. Okay, that, I don't think we need to take any further action on that. That takes us all the way through item 11, I believe. Does everybody agree with that? We'll proceed with item 12. Item 12 is a continuation of a public hearing
So sorry.
held with the Town of Waukesha Planning Commission and Town Board on Thursday, December 12th, 2019, and continued on January 9th, 2020. Purpose of hearing public comment on the proposed conditional use, plan unit development PUD for petitioner John Crotty, tax keys WAKT 1404996 and WAKT 1429999 to construct 10 single-family residential homes known as Rolling Meadows townhomes, on 34.29 acres. So we will resume the public hearing at this time. Do you want to say something, Planner Malarkey?
I was going to say I wasn't sure if the petitioner was here or not.
Okay, is the petitioner here? The petitioner is not here?
Kristen probably thought he had some time.
Well, then second dilemma of the night, I don't see how we could proceed with this public hearing in the absence of the petitioner. Attorney Macy, do you agree otherwise?
Well, I generally agree. Most communities do not do that. They require the petitioner to be here. We could pass the matter, and we had to do this in Genesee on Monday. We passed the matter and brought it up at the end of the Plan Commission meeting to see if there's an appearance, or you could just adjourn it. Those are the options. Or you could hold it without him, but most communities would not do that.
I certainly won't support continuing in the absence, so the choices are, do you want to adjourn or leave it open in case the petitioner shows up before we adjourn the Plan Commission meeting? What's the pleasure of the board? He was aware of the meeting tonight, was he, or do you know?
Yeah.
You asking the board or to the plan? You asking the board or the plan commission?
Either or.
I would pass on it and see if he shows up.
Okay, everybody comfortable with that?
Before the end of the plan commission.
Move on.